B-Marsh Boxing was good boxing heads and fight fans around the world. This is my third time trying to do this video, man. Hopefully third time's a charm. But let's get into it, you heard? Eddie Hearn has offered Gervonta Davis $5 million to fight the man Tevin Farmer, IBF super featherweight champion. So this would be a unification, quote unquote unification. Because me personally, I don't really consider Tank Davis the real WBA super featherweight champion. I mean, because I always considered it to be Albert Machado, who just got beat by the guy Andrew Cancel. You know what I mean? Albert Machado beat the man who beat the man. You know what I'm saying? Jezreel Corrales was the man Albert Machado beat. Jezreel Corrales beat longtime champion, #1 fighter, ended up at the 130-pound division for 5 years in Takashi Uchiyama. All right. So with that being said, it's a unification of some sorts. You know what I mean? I mean, Tank Davis got gifted a belt by fighting Jesus Cuellar, a man who had been out the ring for damn near 11 months, a guy who had never campaigned at 130 pounds, and how he got ranked to be the #1 contender at 130 beats me. And like I said, the guy was a featherweight, you know what I mean? And a regular champ at that too, you know what I'm saying? That's who Abner Maris beat. But anyways, that's the fight that Eddie Hearn is offering. Tevin Farmer, he's offering to Gervonta Davis for a massive payday, a career high payday for the man Tank Davis. I'm gonna read you some quotes for what Tank Davis wrote on Twitter. Quote, I made more than $1 million, but I'm ready whenever, wherever. I've been ready to eat his food. End quote. That's Tank Davis on Twitter, responded to Matchroom Boxing Eddie Hearn for the offer of $5 million. Quote from Eddie Hearn, effing massive. Not particularly in them words. Effing massive. You already know. End quote. Now, I've been wanting to see this fight since these guys were face to face talking mad-ish at the MGM National Harbor. It was at the Lomachenko versus Sosa fight. It's funny how both of them attended that fight when Lomachenko was campaigning at 130, but none of these guys even wanted to fight him. Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis. You already know when the man Lomachenko name get brought up to Tank Davis, he get to stuttering and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is about Lomachenko, but Gervonta Davis don't want that smoke, and that's just a plain fact, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to see that fight ever since Tank Davis became a champion in 2019, 2017, I believe January, when he beat Jose Pedraza for his IBF strap. You know what I mean? Now these two guys have a common opponent. That's the guy Francesco Fonseca. A guy Tevin Farmer, in my opinion, struggled with. You know what I mean? Sure enough, he did win the majority of the rounds, but he was getting tagged up. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely looking like his gas tank might be empty in the later rounds. You know what I mean? And the man Tank Davis, he fought Fonseca. He didn't look particularly too good against him neither. That's the night actually that he lost his belt, his IBF strap that Tevin Farmer holds. That he lost to him he lost that belt on the scales on that Mayweather McGregor undercard. You know what I mean? Now he hit him at the back of the head with a rabbit punch. I thought that shouldn't have been counted as a knockout or a knockdown, but hey, sometimes when you're the house fighter on the Mayweather promotions, and just any promotions at that, the chips gonna fall in your favor in a massive fashion. You know what I mean? Some people suggest that the man Tank Davis will knock out this guy Tevin Farmer in 2 to 3 rounds. I'm not one of that school of thought. You know what I mean? I think Tevin Farmer, yes, he doesn't have the best stamina in the later rounds, but I think he's gonna have a moral victory as far as I would favor Tank Davis to win the fight. But the man got the Philly shell, man. He's a Philly fighter. He's a slick fighter. In the man Tevin Farmer, you know what I mean? So that would make for a great fight, you know. Can he avoid getting caught by massive punches? Tank Davis is not that technically sound. If you really watch his fights, you know what I mean? To me personally, he hasn't really improved since I've been watching Tank Davis since 2012. Of guys like Lamont Peterson or undercards of Bernard Hopkins versus Shumenov. You know what I mean? I've seen this guy fight numerous times live, and even I seen him on the undercard of Adrian Broner versus Ashley Theopan at the DC Armory, you know what I mean? And to me, from then on till now, I haven't seen quite much improvement, you know. But this fight will be a banger, believe you me, especially if they have it at the MGM National Harbor or the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. You know what I mean? That's like the only arena they do have in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Tevin Farmer would want to fight in the man Tank Davis' backyard. You know what I'm saying? That's up to Tevin Farmer, you know what I mean? Tevin Farmer, matter of fact, is fighting this Friday. He has a homecoming fight in Philadelphia versus a guy by the name of he's a IBF. He's ranked by the IBF. What's the guy's name? I never seen the guy fight. His name is like John Okoro or something, you know what I'm saying? A guy who's undefeated, I think, has one draw, but only think he's John Okoro 16-0, one draw and 3 KOs. Quite a light puncher, just like the man Tevin Farmer. So, you know, I guess that fits his agenda. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that'll be a big fight, a Baltimore Philly rivalry. Two cities that are about an hour and a half apart from each other. East Coast cities, two cities that go hard. You know what I mean? Would love to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they would really have it at the MGM National Harbor. I don't know, man. You know, I think Tank Davis. I think at this, you know, he just fought in California. You know, the MGM National Harbor. I don't even think it holds more than 35,000 seats. You know what I mean? Excuse me, 3,500 seats. You check it. So that would be a small venue. But hey, believe you me, if they do have that fight at the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland, the joint will be jam packed. Now the question is, will the man Tank Davis take this unification, get this high payday, highest payday he's ever made, or will he follow suit from what the man Floyd Mayweather was saying when, you know, Floyd Mayweather, after the man Tank Davis beat Hugo Ruiz, yet another guy who's fought as low as super flyweight, bantamweight, junior bantamweight, super bantamweight, featherweight, and he fought as high as 130 pounds, got knocked out in one round by Tank Davis. Will Floyd Mayweather put him in there on the rival network, Dazn, or will he take him to Japan and keep his word and let this guy fight an exhibition fight against that guy Tension that Floyd Mayweather beat up on New Year's Day? That's the question, you know. In my opinion, Floyd Mayweather Promotions, they have protected Tank Davis from day one when the man Floyd Mayweather was wearing that tablecloth, you know what I'm saying? The night that Tank Davis became a world champion and beat Jose Pedraza. He said top rank Bob Lomachenko and Bob Arum, they could stay over there and do their own thing. When I had made my video, it said that the post-fight review, I said Tank Davis needs to pursue a fight with Lomachenko, you know what I mean? Not try and knock Lomachenko off that pound for pound pedestal that he's sitting on, and he could become an instant pay-per-view star just by beating Lomachenko. I guess Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis, they're not confident in the man Tank Davis to go that route and handle his business versus Lomachenko. Lomachenko was in the division with one loss, and the man Tank Davis undefeated, and he still ain't want that smoke. So, you know, I would probably see this man Gervonta Davis not going into this unification. Again, it's on the zone. It's $5 million. If I was Tank Davis, if he's really confident that he would beat Tevin Farmer, he should go ahead and get that $5 million. I mean, that's more of a legacy fight than fighting Tension. Now, fighting Tension in an exhibition, he could probably surpass $5 million. You know what I mean? You know, out there in Japan, people gonna come out and pay to see Tension, I guess he's a star, Japanese kickboxing star over there, Tension Nasukawa. And you know, Gervonta Davis, as far as his career is going, he's had he's had very little risk as far as the opponents he's been fighting, you know what I mean? So if I had to put my money on it, I'd put my money on the man Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis, going on with that exhibition in Japan. Z Sidcast is in the chat. What's up, Z Sidcast? He says Mayweather bully Tension. He beat the shit out of him, man. Made that little boy cry, man. That shit wasn't even funny, but it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. He bullied that dude. That wasn't no exhibition. That was a straight up beat down. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, Tevin Farmer's 28 wins, four losses, one draw, and only 6 KOs. Straight up and down. There's no denying that, you know what I mean? The guy can crack with both hands. Hey, man. What's up, man? So, you know, I'd love to see this fight, but then again, the network politics is gonna stop this fight from happening. You know what I mean? When will Tank Davis ever unify a belt? When he's 30 years old? When is he ever gonna have um, a career-defining fight? When he's 30 years old? I don't know, but it doesn't look like he's eager or wants to have a career-defining legacy fight anytime soon. That fight with Abner Mares, look, man, maybe Abner Mares is, I guess he's been listening to Robert Garcia and Errol Spence. You know what I mean? I'm saying, I'm sorry, Mikey Garcia. How they've been saying they see something they can exploit in and Errol Spence. Well, Abner Mares was singing the same song. He said he sees something that they can exploit in the man Tank Davis. I personally think Floyd Mayweather and them may try to make that fight for reasons like fight in California, African American versus Mexican. Hey, it's gonna make for a lot of money. It's gonna have a lot of people tuned into the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's how Floyd Mayweather actually built his career in the later half of his career, fighting a lot of Hispanic fighters. You know what I mean? And hey, those type of fights been selling from when Roger Mayweather was a Executioner or my God, the youngest man to ever make the Hall of Fame, Mark Too Sharp Johnson. Shout out to Washington D.C.'s finest. He was out there in California beating up a whole lot of Mexicans and built his Hall of Fame career off of fighting Mexicans. And actually, his career got ended by fighting Mexicans. Guys like what's that guy's name? Marquez brother. What's his name? Raul Marquez. You know what I mean? Fought guys like Johnny Gonzalez. So they gonna make for great fights. You know what I mean? So we shall see, man. But if you had to ask me, Tank Davis ain't fighting this guy, Tevin Farmer, no time soon. Z Sidcast in the chat says, I think he should take it, and he could also send a counter offer, ask for 6 mil or 6.5. Sure, he could. Hey, and if they do give him that money, he gotta go ahead and take this fight, man. Like I said, I don't give a fuck where the fights are on, man. I watch fights on C-SPAN, CNN, the Cooking Channel, Nick at Night. Any channel, you know what I'm saying? Discovery, Nat Geo, don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Bravo, A&E, don't matter to me where the fight is. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I'd prefer to fight on Showtime because I don't have the zone. You know what I'm saying? But if they have it wherever the fight is at, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Z Sidcast says Tech and TMT just wasted 3 years of his career. Yeah, but this guy's an urban legend, just like the man Adrian Broner was. You know what I mean? These guys are supported heavily by the urban community, especially young African Americans. You know what I mean? Just like they supported Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't even really watch boxing, but they knew who Adrian Broner was. And the man Tank Davis has a big following on Instagram, Twitter. He's very active on social media. He actually does more talking than fighting live opponents. But hey, if that's how he's going to build his brand, so be it. You know what I mean? He said he wants to be a pay-per-view star by the end of 2019, early 2020. Well, he ain't going to be no pay-per-view star unless he does fight legacy, career-defining fights. Guys like Tevin Farmer, whom I would favor him to beat. But I want to see the fight. I don't want to keep talking about it. Let's make it happen. B Marsh Boxing, peace to Z Sidcast for coming through. Thanks for your comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Leave your thoughts and comments. Hit the thumbs up if you like the vid. And I'm out of here. And let me know what you think the man Tank Davis is going to do. Take that $5 million offer from Eddie Hearn? Or is he going to fight Tension in Japan exhibition? Or is he going to fight another smaller guy in the weight in